Here are my favorite three markets that are setting up for the upcoming week. This is oil, the 15-minute chart. I am looking for a short entry here next week. My favorite scenario would be that price takes out this range here to the upside. And if I get a price somewhere close to 55.40-ish, I will be short oil futures because I believe we could see similar price action to what we saw on Friday. There we got first a false breakdown, then a squeeze higher, and then the massive tankage. So this could as well happen here, that we see a false breakdown, then the squeeze, and then lower. Obviously there is the third scenario, even if that avalanche of selling is actually how it's going to play out. It could just tank and never bounce back, right? That would be the most difficult to play because to chase price down is usually a bad idea. I try not to do it because it is so hard to define your risk here, because if then price stalls, what are you going to do with your position? Are you going to just stay in the position because you expect a squeeze higher and then the reversal? So the risk reward is then skewed, and I don't like that kind of a setup. So I'd much rather short it here at 55.40 than selling into weakness down here. But I believe there is a potential that we can see a similar move or the similar magnitude of a move that we saw on Friday. So I believe we have to keep an eye on this one. This could be a moneymaker. Another market that I believe is setting up nicely is the euro dollar. And this is also the 15-minute chart. And here we don't even have to worry about that scenario of a false breakdown and then a squeeze, because we saw the false breakdown already. So I expect price now to squeeze above 110 again, hopefully above 110.10, and any price above that I will use to short euro dollars, because I believe we will take out this 109.60 sooner or later. And if we take a really long view at the euro dollar, I mean, as of late there has not been much volatility. So this Friday action was the first time that we actually saw like some momentum here. And if we take a look at the weekly chart, I believe we could see some sort of a phase transition. I believe if we go below this low that we put in on Friday, I think we will see momentum to the downside, something that we haven't seen in a while, that we can actually see a few hundred pips move lower. So I don't want to miss that one. Keep the euro dollar on the radar for next week. Lastly, there is the dollar yen. This is the daily chart, and I also want to take a short here, and I want price to take out this range to the upside first, 107-ish. The higher it goes, the better. Then I want to see some sort of a wick, some sort of sign of a reversal. Maybe it's just my indicator giving me a sell signal, the way it did here, the way it did here, the way it did here. And then I will take a short from the short side. I believe ultimately we will take out this 105 level and go towards 100. But that would be a multi-day, maybe multi-week long trade. But I think if we move above this 107 area, it is an excellent entry point from a risk reward perspective to short dollar yen. I will probably not have the time to communicate in real time when I'm actually taking a shot in one of those three markets, but what I will do is by the end of the week I will post a video to recap how price action actually unfolded, which positions I took and how it turned out. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any comments, I always appreciate any feedback.